meat medallion. No combat, nobody shot at me, but nothing like that. And whoever the Delta Force person was that looked at me and said, you know, kind of gave me the old, I apologize. So it is covenants. This is a special day. Marilee asked me to speak about Lee. What makes him special? I mean, I was impressed at what they said. There are about 200 or something rooms here to honor individuals that have done something very special. And none of us, when we were classmates, sort of knew who was going to be the one that sort of stepped out among the crowd. There was a little way to do that. And we were all kind of equal then. But some people kind of moved to the fore. And I tried to identify what made Lee special from others. I work at the International Monetary Fund. One of the things that I recently had to do was read a book called The Black Swan. And The Black Swan it was written about the financial collapse, the recent financial collapse, and they talked about how did we predict something like that. The Black Swan are those major events that occur that have three main characteristics. They're unpredictable, they have a major impact, and they have something called retrospective explainability. Now that the financial crisis happened, everybody can go back and look at all the reasons why it happened. And use other examples like the internet. You know, nobody could have predicted the impact of the internet, but now that it's here, everybody can say, oh yeah, it was all kind of complicated. Well, in my life with Lee, there were three particular events that happened, which we call the connect the dots. Those are the kind of dots that you get to indicate how someone is going to develop into who he becomes, and what are the kinds of traits that he has. The three particular events, and they happened here just as first year and then right after graduation. One of the events which showed Lee's coolness under pressure is that it was first year. We wanted to go to a movie. I think the movie was American Graffiti. It was in South Auditorium. Lee and I decided to go. And on the way to the movie, we stopped at Grand Hall to get some popcorn, because that's what you're supposed to do when you go to a movie. So we went to Grand Hall, got the popcorn, went into South Auditorium. I don't think they show movies in South Auditorium anymore. But for those of you that were there, I mean, there were seats, and then there was a gap, and then there were seats. And we sat in the first gap. Movie started, we're eating the popcorn. No food is permitted in there. Of course, I'm spilling the popcorn. Lee is watching the movie, I'm watching the movie, but I'm somewhat different than Lee. From the back, in comes the officer in charge, the OC in the back. Now, in reality, he was probably just going to the movie. He was probably just going to go sit in. But I looked at him and I saw him, and I was all nervous. So I said, we got to get out of here. We got to go to Lee. Lee is main con. You know, I jammed the popcorn under my gray jacket. We're watching, I don't know, whatever's going on in American Graffiti. I'm saying, really, we got to get out of here because I've left the telltale crumbs. And again, so the OC is coming down. They're probably just looking for seats, and I've lost my mind. And he is being calm about it. I, of course, can't take it anymore. So I get up to make a run for the front end of the theater to go out the door. As I realize I'm going to make a run for it, he has a presence of mind to reach under my gray jacket and grab the rest of the popcorn. I'm gone. He watches the rest of the movie. Coolness under pressure. Then the second event, again, the retrospective dot. Which he has tremendous luck. It was right after graduation. We, for some reason, decided we would go to Las Vegas. I went to visit Lee in just below Pikes Peak, and we decided to drive to Las Vegas. And I don't know. It was a Sunday morning, and we're driving to Las Vegas, and we get. He's got a big car. His dad's very big car. We're going down. It's one of these. Next gas 76 miles or something like that. And the gas tank is kind of, not at the E, but at the first quarter. And I'm kind of looking at it, and he's kind of going along. And we're driving along, and we've driven about 30 miles. Now, the gas tank is moving closer to the E. And you know, he doesn't care. You know how you look and you're constantly looking down at the gas tank. We're driving along. It comes to a point where it really is at the E. And we were in the middle of this 76-mile trek. So he did see a sign that said, some little town, 20 miles away. So we go off the highway. He says, oh, I'm sure there'll be gas there. So we go off the highway and we're driving along. And again, it's the E. It's at the E. Keep looking and he's just driving along. And then we see the town. We've driven the 20 miles. We pull into the town. And it's Sunday at about 11 o'clock in the afternoon. We see a gas station. We pull into the gas station. Nobody's around. It's closed. It's locked. I grab the little hose off the thing. It's not like nowadays where they're always open. You slide the little your credit card in, you get your gas. So we tried to get some gas, no gas. Then we figured out the pump has a little bit left in it. So we got each pump. So we thought we had enough. Again, he's from Colorado. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I am a nervous wreck. I'm in the middle of the day. Driving, we get back on the highway and we're driving along. And it is the desert. Death Valley or something. So we're driving along. And sure, we are out of gas. We pull over to the side and it's sunny. There is nothing. You see the hills, you see the bones of the So then we see no traffic, but way in the distance, a glint of a truck. And a truck starts coming, gas truck. I'm throwing money at it. I mean, good luck. Absolute good luck. His life, good luck. Okay. Same trip. He has looked death in the face. We're driving along. I am, from the gas experience, completely spent. So I have to lie down in the back of the car. I'm asleep in the back of the car. And we're driving along, and all of a sudden, the car starts, so you know, I feel a little bump, like a thing, like a pothole or whatever. And the car kind of pulls over, and I just wonder whether I say to Lee from my supine position, everything okay? He says, yeah, I just want to pull over. And so he pulls over. He said, so what's going on? Again, I'm still frantic from the gas event. He said, I just want to talk to the guy. And so he gets out of the car, and he's talking to someone, and I then pop myself up, and there's this very large pickup truck on the other side of the road. And Lee is talking to them, very calm, like no intonation like anything is wrong. I try and get out of the car, and the door is jammed. So I go out on the other side, and I walk around. Our car was going this way, his car was going that way, somehow they cross mid-lane, the other truck just shears the other side of the car off. We're driving. Like nothing, it pulls over like nothing. Faces death, not a peep. Retrospective explainability. I mean, this is an example. Again, the black swan. You can explain how he became where he is today by lots of little events. There's a whole slew of them. I'm sure all of you got them, but those are my three. He is what he is because of what he was.